Like, when you build something a long time ago and then you don't exactly remember how that thing works. The last piece has been built, oh my lord, what a victory. What a victory, my friends. Here we go, come on. Come on, both of you at the same time. Hello there, I'm the base manager and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, today, come on, switch planets, thank you. Today, we are going to continue our tasks over here. Pretty much our job has been completed. We now have production of isoresin, which is pretty nice. All we need is to have an harvest and we will get approximately 50 kilograms of isoresin at a time. Not bad. Right now I just have the dupes over here so they do maintenance tasks, shall we say, while we are waiting on this tungsten volcano to go dormant. That's the final thing that we need to do over on this planet, then we can abandon it and only return here to collect our profits. But insulation is nice, but it's going to be a rare resource. That's why last episode we got this thing rolling. We still need to finish it off, get the oxalite refinery rolling as well, so that we can consume all of this oxygen. And, well, hopefully this will produce... Well, I'm pretty certain that this is going to produce a bunch of ceramic. In fact, we can see that number growing at a steady pace. Now it's just a matter of waiting. Pretty much we are waiting on a lot of things. So let's just try to wait faster, I suppose. Like, for example, no matter how much we want to get this project underway, we still need to wait for all this temperature to totally spread across the entire thing. I might just make a small stop over here. Not to repair the machinery or anything, just to clean up the place a little bit, collect all of these interplanetary payloads, and then maybe we'll start using some of this power to generate heat down here. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something over here, maybe not. In any case, my friends, we should try to go to another different planet, maybe the water world. The water world has plenty of stuff that we really need. The lime and graphene are located on this planet, and also, you know, an almost infinite amount of water, which is always nice given the well, our water situation is not terrible. We have enough water to export to the other planet, but still it's not perfect, right? Right. So, like I said, we are waiting on a lot of things. The first thing I kind of want to get done is get all of this ceramic so that we can finish off this part of the starport, and after that we can see what other things will be on the list to do. Alright, so given that we are waiting for a lot of things to get done, and there is a few things that we are going to need in the near future, right? So let's take a look over here in the molecular forge. If we are to make a bunch of insulation, we are going to need a bunch of reed fibers. Right now we have a sufficient amount to make quite the good amount of stuff. However, this is going to go bye-bye very, very quickly. Right now we are on the we are actually losing timber reeds because we have had 700 at one given point because the temperature over here is not exactly great. This thing was temporary, turning almost permanent, but still temporary. So, like, we have two farmhouses that we are not using, my friends. I built this extremely complicated thing that can control temperature and whatnot, and I'm not using it. So, how about we use this farmhouse over here to make pinches and timbleweeds. Both of them require extremely high, well, not extremely high, but uncomfortably high temperatures, right? This one requires up to 37, and pinches, I believe, go from 30, right? 35, ooh, it's not going to be great. We need to, like, get those 36 degrees almost perfect. It's not impossible, it's just that is not going to grow very well. I might need to do some changes to my farmhouse, because here's the thing, we can kinda stack this in a way. These go from 5 to 30, right? This goes from we are targeting the -5 temperature over here, right? So if we go over here, make these bristle blossoms, then thimbleweeds, then pinches, we can kinda go in on a gradient of temperature. I will have to change a few things around, like this water pipe and whatnot, but I think that in the end it might be worth it. Now, my friends, in order to make both thimbles and pinches, we need one thing. Polluted water, especially at a warm temperature. Not like the one that we have over here, of course, this one. Usually at a very cold temperature. So, we have two options for this polluted water. We either bring it from here, kinda cold, which is going to mess our plants, or we can just go the lazy route and pull it from here all the way over into here. It's still closer than the other option, and we have the added benefit of this thing being at a nice temperature. Right now it's 20 degrees, something along those lines. It's better than the one over here, which is 9, so... Alright, my friends, so I'm already done with the replanting process, and the rebuilding process is almost done as well. I am now emptying out the pipe. As we can see, this pipe is almost empty. If we are going to use it for polluted water, we must extract all the water first. Only then will we be able to uproot the plants. In fact, I should probably put the plant there back, otherwise this water is going to stay in. We want to consume all of the water. Alright, my friends, bristleberry production is now online. At least in another chamber, that is. The temperature that we have over here is good enough, so I'm not going to be messing with the automation for this room. Now, over here, we can already start digging out those plants that have stopped growing. Unfortunately, we are going to have a gap in our bristleberry production, but given the amount of berry sludge that we have available to us, I don't think that is going to be a problem. Now, over here, on the pincher farm, right, we have to put these things upside down, right? Pinches grow upside down. Yeah, that thing is going to be interesting. I'll probably need to dig out these insulation so that the dupes can access the tiles to dig them out. Not dig them out, but to input fertilizer. Although we have the auto sweepers over here to do that job for us. Now the thing that I am a little bit concerned is, do the dupes need to reach this tile over here to harvest the pincha, or do they need to reach this tile over here? Because the pinchas are 3 length, we'll have to remove this ladder, otherwise they won't grow. But if we do remove this ladder, the dupes will lose access to this tile. I don't think that they can harvest like this, diagonally. So yeah, we will have to see if the dupes need to reach this tile to harvest it, or this one. And if it is this one, then I might be in a little bit of trouble. Although I don't think it's the other hydroponic farm, because if we see the dupes harvesting other plants, they attack or act upon the tile where the plant is, and not the tile that the hydroponic farm is. So in the end, I think this is going to be okay. A bunch of mushrooms going your way, tree. Please make me a bunch of resin. We are already at 80 something kilograms of resin, which is pretty nice, plus the one that we already have on the pipes, which is also pretty nice. I mean, as long as we have dupes over here to harvest the mushrooms, this thing actually produces quite quickly. Well, it's like we are not getting crazy amounts or anything, but we'll soon have enough insulation to make a few things. So, not terrible, not terrible. Alright, my friends, we are almost there. So how about we start priming the chamber with the proper temperature. In fact, let me just deconstruct this so I don't forget. Now, these things, they require 22 degrees, so let's set this chamber to 25. And let's give it 27, just a little bit extra to overcome the temperature of the water. So we should see the odd cycle over here go into effect. This chamber, yep, this is the odd cycle. Cool. Let me just double check. Yeah, we need a little bit more temperature over here. This is the maximum, I suppose. So let's go for 35. No, wait, I'm doing things wrong. Over here is the temperature of the coolant, which should be close to the temperature that we want, and and the other one is the temperature of the water itself, so we want this to be greater than the temperature of the coolant, so let's set this one to 35. Like, when you build something a long time ago and then you don't exactly remember how that thing works, that's kind of the moment that I am having. Well, it's not that I don't remember how it works, it's just that I don't remember immediately, but yeah, this thing is the temperature of the coolant, this thing is the temperature of the chamber, and this thing is the temperature that you want it to reach. So pretty much you always should have a temperature over here that is like 5 degrees below, and over here 5 degrees above of the target temperature, so that you have a certain range in which the system can work. Oh, and by the way, I'm glad that I looked this way because I completely forgot to add the final piece of the puzzle, which we didn't have at the time, which was a pixel pack to let us know which kind of system is being used. We are going to color them blue and red to represent cold and heat, and this way we'll have a visual representation of what is going on with the system. And because we are now getting this pincher farm also operational, that means that cycle number 1 over here, which was never used before, it's now going to be used after all of this time. And by the way, I sure hope everything worked as intended, because I don't want to spend like 3 hours troubleshooting this thing, but let's connect that. Let's set up the temperatures over here for the pinches, which I probably can't yet put down because... yeah, that thing. However, we require a minimum temperature of 35, so let's say I want this chamber to be, let's say, 38, so it's not too aggressive. Everything seems to be working as intended, which is pretty nice. Alright, my friends, because we are almost done with this thing, I already have... oh no, really? Like, for the longest time, we never add any little bit of water, but now that I really want to have polluted water, you really do me like this, game? That's fine. Now, luckily for us, it's only these few packets over here. For some reason, the game decided to be mean to me, but that's fine, you know, I'm used to it. The game sometimes does these kinds of things. We are just going to empty out the pipe and then reconnect the pipe. I am, like, we might get a little bit of water here and then, but it's like it's very unlikely to get that little bit of water in this pipe, so I'm just going to believe that we are never going to have it. And even if we do, the hydroponic farm is not going to get damaged to get that little bit of water. We just need to come over here and empty the content every so often. Now, my friends, this thing is almost done, but after we are done with that, we are going to do some modifications to the nuclear power plant over here. I've been using it for a little while, and there is a few things that I want to change that are going to allow us to make better use of our rad bolts. Like, for example, a system over here that will collect the excess rad bolts to send them over into the into space, so that it can be used to refill our rockets if there is space in them. If not, well, then that means that everything is refilled, and so we can waste them. I'm also going to change the directionality of these rad bolt reflectors. I'm going to make a few changes around here, so yeah, I just want to get this thing operational first, and then we can focus on that. Oh, also I have to build a few temperature shift plates over here because, well, these things are made out of metal, and because of that they conduct temperature really well, right? And so these chilly temperatures are just affecting the growth of these timbleweeds. So with a few temperature shift plates over here, that should fix the issue. But if not, well, we can always make further changes to our farmhouse and just make a row of insulated tiles over here. Oh, look at this. So they can deliver the micronutrient and work on the plant, so I'm pretty sure that means that they can also harvest the plant. Pretty nice. So I just deconstructed this to give them access to plant the seed, and then I'm going to rebuild it, right? Blocking them access to do anything else, but as we can see over here, I'm pretty sure that they won't need access to harvest the plants, so it's pretty cool. In the future, should we want to stop plant production, all we need to do is come over here and like disconnect the pipe, like it was yeah, now the temperature is still not the ideal, but eventually it's going to get there. The same that we have over here with the thimbleweeds. In fact, I should probably build a couple of these just to help out a little bit. And would you look at that, my friends, we are not yet done finishing up the pincher farm, and we already have our very first harvest of thimbleweeds. We'll never run out of that stuff again. I have deconstructed pretty much all the temporary thimbleweed farms that we had laying around, given that we won't need them anymore. They are just consuming time and resources, so let's just get rid of all of them. And there we go, all the crops are now growing as expected, which is pretty nice. I have to admit, I'm really proud about this thing that we have built all those episodes ago. If this doesn't showcase the power of this thing, I don't know what will. We can grow from the coldest of crops to the hottest of crops, which is pretty nice, all in the same place without doing like anything extremely complicated other than the cooling system, that is. I'm going to expand my farmhouse just one room above this one, should be one to have lettuces going in the future. And then on top of this we are going to make a fertilizer production facility, because we don't have any the only fertilizer that we get to get the farmer's touch is the one that we have been getting through the teleporter, or in this case through the printing pod. And yeah, that's not exactly a reliable source of fertilizer, now is it? But in any case, my friends, in any case, now I'm going to focus on this for a little while. I'm going to wait for all of my red bolt thingies to be filled up once again. Once they are, I'm going to cease red bolt production and I'm going to mess with the automation a little bit. And yeah, given that we are going to do that soon, how about we launch our rockets into space so that they can go grab us some stuff, and by the time they come back everything should be ready to roll once again. Now, on this side of the starport, we are not going to launch this rocket anymore. In fact, we are going to clear it so that we don't get that thing always working, because we are going to refurbish it. We are going to replace the solid oxidizer with liquid oxidizer. Our ceramic production is still not like fantastic, but oh well, it's what we have. And over here, you know, over time we have converted a lot of oxygen, so we have a little bit of clay over here waiting as well. So the second we launch this rocket, we'll get the cargo rocket to come over here to grab the iso resin and the clay and all of that, all of those things that we are producing over here. And yeah, and by the way, this is still idling, not going into dormant state, so I think we might just leave in a little bit, and maybe by the time we return this thing is dormant. Oh, and another thing, my friends. Now, like for example, we get these thingies, unreachable builds over here, right? And if you're wondering, how the hell am I gonna build that? I can't build a ladder to reach the middle. Yeah, you just drop this thing to the point, like to be right next to it. Come on, a few more. There we go. And then your dupes can use the thingy as a platform and build the pipe that you could not reach otherwise, and then you can put it back in its rightful place, which is at the top. And I won't take any I won't accept any other truth. The cabin is always on the top, because that's how rockets are made. Except, of course, for these ones, because these are high-tech rockets, okay? These are high-technology rockets which have the cabin on the bottom. Alright, my friends, so I waited until the moment that we were at full red bolt storage. I already snipped the line so that we don't produce any red bolts, nor do we spend any red bolts, in fact. I believe this is the last line. Yeah, let's snip that line as well, so that we don't have any red bolt movement while our dupes are moving around the place. So first we are going to start by deconstructing all of this, including that, so that we can change the directionality of the red bolt reflectors to point into that direction over there, right? And then we are just going to have no signal switches. This is going to be fully automated for the needs of the diamond presses over here. And this part over here is the one responsible to refuel the red rockets and the interplanetary launcher. And trust me, this is more than enough. All we need is 4 of these to fully refill one rocket, and 4 of these get produced in like 30 seconds. So yeah, we produce a lot of red bolts in this place. So this is all that we need. Over here we are not going to do any major changes other than I'm just going to have one button activate 4 at a time, because pressing all of these buttons it's no fun. It's no fun. So yeah, we are going to simplify the system a little bit. All we have to do is go like this, for example, and then we deconstruct this, this, and this, and this button like activates all of this, and then we do the same over here. This red bolt storage still remains the one that refills this automatically, but we can still use it if we want to refill the rockets a little bit faster. And then the final change is changing all of these thingies. Now, the major reason why I want to change this is so that I can delete all of these, because this way, by sending the red bolts in this direction, they will go down into the diamond presses, and then we'll be able to put one of these thingies over here to collect the red bolts and send them upwards. The reason we could not do that before is because we have this neutronium on the way, so we could not build anything in here to offset the red bolts into this way. So yeah, this thing has to go if we are to take advantage of the red bolts that are sent after the diamond press. Also, I'm going to deconstruct this as well, because there is no point in having this one over here. All we need is this one. Now, my friends, given that we are cut off on this planet, there will be no more supplies coming, and that we just given a good harvest on this thing is still idle, I'm going to call in the crew and send them back into the planet, and then send the transportation rocket to come over here. Oh, but before I do that... Yeah... no, I'll have Turner pick up the iso resin. So yeah, let's call in the crew and send them back into the planet. Well, it might not look like it, but at least now we have a far simple system. With less wires and less confusion, everything will be a little bit more automated, but well, in the end, I think that's probably for the best. And we are even... Holy Jesus, my ears. We are even going to build over here a red bolt reflector with the purpose of getting the final red bolts that usually collide with this wall over here. That way we can put them into circulation. The only downside that I see about this is if we have a dupe going in transit in this particular place. But in that case, it's... let's just say, it sucks to be them, right? Oh, this is already done. Cool. Let's start by deconstructing this ladder so that we can then close this off and move on with our lives. Alright, my friends, so now we have our very first harvest of pinchas. Nice. Really cool. Now, this kinda had a purpose. I don't know if you guys remembered, a long time ago we built this thing, right? The purpose was to use a few of our, well, now 2000 units of slit wheat grain to make something a little bit better for our dupes, right? A superb quality kind of food. The pepper breads. They shouldn't be fed on this alone, right? We don't really want to go like forever on this thing, because I don't want to overuse the slit wheat grains. I kinda always want to have top priority berry sludge, and then once we have a lot of them, using these things. So in this case we are just going to give a set number of work orders, and I'm going to monitor our expenditure of slit wheat grains that way. However, if we want, we can also build, or in this case craft, stuffed berries with the gristleberries that we have laying around. These ones I'm going to make forever just because I want to use all of the gristleberries. We are no longer producing any gristleberries because gristleberries, well, use bristleberries, and we kinda need those for the berry sludge, right? So yeah, unless we really want to do like a fine balance of food crafting, right? I just prefer to have berry sludge for everybody, and from time to time they get a little bit of a treat. Someone is going to enjoy a better dinner than usual tonight. Pepper bread with a little bit of salt. Delicious, isn't it? Look at them all. They are all going for that pepper bread. At least I believe we have produced enough for everybody so that all of them have a delicious dinner. Well, my friends, I think I found a way to maximize our clay production over here. I noticed that we had a problem. Oxygen was bleeding into the chamber, right? If there is oxygen in this part, there is no polluted oxygen to be absorbed. That only means that we need to drop this a little bit more. Alright, my friends, so this time we are going to transport 154 kilograms of iso resin. Pretty nice, a pretty good haul. Let's start by going over here. That's probably rare resources. Yeah, there we go. Quite interesting. We already produced, holy Jesus, 20 tons of oxalite. We produce more oxalite than ceramic, my friends. This is ridiculous. This is redonkulous. Oh boy. Okay, so you know what? Given that we have so much, and I mean so much oxalite going, I'm going to turn off these facilities over here. I don't think we need them anymore. Yeah, I don't think I need this one anymore. Because we are definitely producing more oxalite than we are ever going to need. In fact, this one over here can also kind of be turned off if we really think about it, because, well, this is like just look at this. We have over 40 tons of oxalite in the colony. Yeah, I think we are cool for a very long time. But well, my friends, I think it is time for us to ground our petroleum rocket fleet for the foreseeable future. Even though we are producing a little bit more ceramic than we previously were, it's still going to take a little bit of time until we have enough to go all the way over here, turn back around and connect to that pipe. After we are done with that, we are pretty much cool. I don't think we have to concern ourselves too much. But yeah, I'm pretty much building like 4 tiles at a time, or 5 tiles at a time, and that's it. So yeah, but in any case, we can now start deconstructing all of these thingies and replacing them with liquid oxidizers. And yeah, then we can hopefully incentivate our dupes to work faster so that we can get more ceramic going. Alright, my friends, so I'm just going to give a quick cleaning to this place, remove all of this nuclear waste that we have laying around. Now that there is a way to get rid of it. It was kinda, you know, annoying, getting all of this garbage all over the place, all of the time. Yeah, it's not fun. Our dupes like cleanly. They like to have a clean place, right? So yeah, let's provide it to them, and over here we are also done. Let's close this chamber off, and then open it over here, so all of this oxygen can vent into space and create a vacuum on this side, so that we lose less rat bolts on the journey to the top of the starport. Well, the second we decide to ground our rocket is the second this thing decide to go dormant. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to assume you are going to go dormant for a little while. So yeah. Now, Turner, we have collected everything that we wanted from this place. A bunch of clay, the isoresin, and some eggshells to make lime, you know. Always useful. So, you know what, Turner? Time to turn around and go back home. Alright, my friends, with the place cleaned out, we can now connect that, reconnect that, and reconnect that. Pretty cool. Let's just cancel any possible build orders that we could have. And there we go. So now this thing should be far more efficient, at least when it comes to the refueling process, and less wasteful of leftover rad bolts that we can get around the place. Well, my friends, our special delivery is here. We have 176 kilograms of isoresin waiting to go. Let's see, what could we, in theory, do with that? I mean, we could go for some visco gel, but that would consume, yeah. We would get 5 work orders out of this one, maybe? 500 kilograms of visco gel, or yeah, this one is far less expensive. Yeah, math is complicated. We would get a bunch of insulation, maybe a little bit over 1 ton of insulation, but well, when you put into perspective that, for example, an insulated gas pipe costs 400, 1 ton is... it's nothing, right? So, yay, I mean, it's something, but not exactly a lot. Maybe we should go for the visco gel, which is something that we can use at those quantities. Well, my friends, this is a very unique moment for the colony. I think it's the first time in a long time that all of our rockets are landed and not really in any position to lift off. First, we still have to offload all of those materials, and then we also need to complete this part of the build, right? But still, it's quite nice to see all of our rockets in one place. Now, with the extra space that we have acquired over here, we will have to make a few changes, a few upgrades to the rocket. Now, to the colonization rocket, we have 2 additional tiles, which means that we could either A, build 2 additional solar panels, granting us pretty much infinite power forever, which would mean that we could then get rid of the manual generator, getting a little bit more space on the inside of the cockpit. Or we can replace our gas cargo canister with a big one, pretty much making sure that we will have oxygen forever, which is also pretty nice if you ask me. Now, for the other one, like the mining rocket and whatnot, we will just, I don't know, add things that might be useful. Like, for example, the transportation rocket, we are going to replace this one with a big one. I just don't have the steel yet, so I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, if we replace this one with a big one, that means that we can transport a bunch of solid and liquid resources, which is going to be in the near future for us, given that we might intend on having a visit to this planet over here. Well, my friends, given that we were having problems storing the oxygen once again, I thought that we were not producing nearly enough to produce 20 tons of oxalite, let me be honest with you, but that's fine. That's fine. I mean, there is always a need for oxygen on the other side of the cosmos, right? Everything is ready on this side? Yes, it is. Fan-freaking-tastic. I mean, we import our water, so why not import our oxygen as well? Let's disable these thingies. We should not be needing those anytime soon. So, yeah. I hope that this helps in getting rid of that oxygen, but even then, I don't know if that is going to be enough. Now, my friends, as good as it was to have all of our rockets in one place, well, if they are stopped, they are not making us any resources, so let's just keep moving with the ones that we can, collecting us all the resources in the world. Could you please launch? Thank you. Now, the clay that we brought from the other planet is going to be most useful. We are now turning all of it into ceramic. Which means that at least half of the pipe is already built. Great news. Hopefully we'll be able to at least get this part done, which would be amazing, because then we would be able to start utilizing the liquid oxygen to our advantage and getting all of these petroleum rockets in space once again. Alright, my friends, the printing pod has presented us with a possible dupe over here, Lyra. Lyra has interest in suit wearing, which means she starts with +7 athletics, and she also starts with the mechatronics engineering skill, which was one of the things that we were looking for in a dupe. Now, we only have 2 slots available in our colony, and one of those final slots is going to be filled up with a mechatronics engineer and the other one with a farmer. I have been noticing that our farmers are having a little bit of trouble taking care of everything, plus our rancher is also having a little bit of trouble taking care of everything. From time to time the ranches are not completely filled up. As we can see over here, there is no eggs being placed in the incubators because there is simply so much to do. So the other dupe, I believe, should be a farmer slash rancher to help out both of the dupes responsible of performing such tasks. But right now, that's not what we have. What we have is Lyra over here that starts already with a mechatronics engineer. So I think I'm going to accept her. Lyra, welcome to the colony. Let me set up your priorities and give you a hat. Oh my friends, we are almost there. After using all of the clay that we brought from the other planet, we are missing just a little bit, Hopefully we'll be able to produce all of that in the next few cycles, and after that, our starport will be officially open. I almost built all of the pipes for the hydrogen as well, made out of igneous rock, of course. Hopefully the igneous will be powerful enough to hold on. We'll see. But of course that in the future I'm going to replace them with ceramic or even insulation if we have enough for that. However, now I have to juggle the models a little bit so that our dupes can actually build these 2 thingies over here. Oh well, my friends, I am a little bit tired of waiting. I've been looking at this, just staring at it non-stop, waiting for it to be complete. Well, not really. I'm exaggerating a little bit. In any case, my friends, while we wait, we can start priming the hydrogen system. There is nothing stopping us. Let's just connect all of the pipes and wait that nothing breaks now. Oh, and of course, activating the pump. Hopefully nothing will break, and we are all going to be very, very happy from here on out. At least for the very first tank we can get hydrogen in at a temperature that should turn into gas if we go over here. Come on, so please select the thing that is on the foreground and not on the background. In any case, as we can see over here, it should turn into gas at minus 252, but over here it's at minus 250. I'm pretty sure that if we are just transporting 1 kilogram at a time instead of the 10, this thing will not turn from liquid into gas. Alright, my friends, so we are almost there. We are missing 2 pipes, only 2 pipes. After that, we'll be able to completely finish off the circuit and get the liquid oxygen into the respective tanks. Now, my friends, once I started the refilling process of the hydrogen tanks, I remembered one thing. This process is a little bit slow, right? Each tank holds 900 kilograms, and you are inputting at 1 kilogram per second, which means each tank takes roughly 900 seconds, right? Times that by 2, that's 1800 seconds, which is 30 minutes, I think. Math is complicated, but I'm pretty sure it's 30 minutes, half an hour. However, if you times 3, it's only 10 minutes. Still a little bit of time, but it's worth not having the broken pipes, right? Now, over here on our colonization rocket, we already replaced the tiny little gas cargo canister with a big one. I chose the cargo canister over the power production because, well, even with 3 solar panels, it would not be enough power production. We would still need the manual generator, and this gives us a bigger range or a bigger stay in planets that are still not ready with a resupply system, right? Like, for example, all the others that we have are yet to visit, which are a lot. So yeah, rockets in orbit. Where? Oh, we have a returning rocket, nice. So, these things went, mined, and came back before we completed this thing. interesting, but okay. In any case, my friends, the ceramic is also being altered because, like, yeah, this thing is ridiculous. This thing produces stupid amounts of oxygen. Like, we have nowhere to put it. We already converted 20 tons of the stuff into oxalite. Now we are also shipping it into the other planet, and I also created a bypass so that that line also resupplies the suits, so that we have, you know, some sort of actual consumption of that oxygen going. And even then, we are not consuming it fast enough to produce a bunch of, you know, clay, because this thing is overpressurized. And as you can see, the cloud of oxygen is pushing the polluted oxygen away, preventing it from being filtrated. Oh my lord, I can't believe it, my friends. It's finally here. The moment I've been waiting for. The last piece has been built. Oh my lord, what a victory. What a victory, my friends. Ah, finally. Now, we might have a few broken pipes here and there, because, well, these pipes are quite toasty, at least for the temperatures that we want to achieve. Hopefully, the oxygen is at a low enough temperature that it can go all the way over here and return without shedding too much into the pipes. So, well, I mean, there is no time like today. I've been waiting for a very long time. Time to start pumping the liquid oxygen, and we are almost done with the liquid hydrogen. Hopefully, we'll be able to finally get these rockets rolling before the end of the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally concluded the refuelment process of our rockets. Yay! Nice, oh my lord, I've been waiting for so long. So long, it's not even funny. Good news is, we have finally have all of the rockets filled up with both liquid hydrogen, for those that consume such fuel, and liquid oxidizer, which means that we can now start sending mining missions whenever we feel like it. In fact, this one should be going as fast as humanly possible, so that we can get that hydrogen into our colony. Now, there is a few other things that we still need to do. We still need to upgrade these two rockets. I don't know yet what I want to do with the extra space, but I'll think about something. But if we need to replace a small storage for a large storage, that is not going to happen. We don't have the steel. We really need to start focusing on getting into the water world as fast as possible, so that we can get more lime to make more steel. That kinda is the bottleneck at this moment. So if we could go there, it would be wonderful. But well, my friends, now that we have our starport open once again, it is time to start sending missions into space. Now, this one is going to go for the Ilium Cloud, right? That much we know. So let's go over here, select the target, 32 tiles. Oh my lord, that's nice. That's so nice. We don't need to set any filters in here. All we need to make sure is that we have the maximum amount to the maximum, and that is it. Now, for the other rocket, where are we going to send you? We can go over here to collect a minuscule amount of uranium. We can go over here to get wolframite. And that's it. Okay. Well, I mean, we are in for a uranium run anyway, and that way we'll also collect an artifact, so it's not a complete waste of our time, I suppose. So let's go over here, collect an artifact, a small amount of uranium as well. And now, let's even times 1, because this is going to be a beautiful event, my friends. Finally! Here we go. Come on. Come on. Both of you at the same time. I'm sorry, my friends, I got interrupted in the middle of this beautiful event, but let's proceed. Oh my lord, here we go. Two beautiful rockets going into space. With no audio, but okay, that's fine. And a bunch of extremely hot steam. Yikes. Oh well. That's fine. The vacuum of space is going to help us out with that, and soon we should have this project also going to harness all of that heat. Now, let's just refurbish these rockets over here so that we can also send them into the stars. Now, my friends, it's going to take a little bit of time until the rocket comes back, but we should anticipate its arrival, and that's why I already started building the line that is going to bring the water from one. We are going to bring, like, this is ridiculous, just take a look at this. We are going to bring the water from this corner of the map into this corner of the map. Like, it's the furthest possible, like, position. It's ridiculous. Like, this pipe is going to be ginormous. Like, we start from here, right? We'll go all the way through here, and then through here. We are going to have to make a few cuts here and there. This is going to be necessary. And then we come through here, and then, for now, I'm going to unite this line with this line. But soon I'm going to build a dedicated line just for this one, because it's only going to be clean water, so we don't need to filtrate it. Well, my friends, I've been waiting a little bit for this rocket to be filled up. We are almost there, which means that we can send our colonization rocket back into space to colonize us other planets. In this case, we are going to return to this planet over here, take advantage that this is dormant so that we can tame it. However, over here, while I've been waiting, I haven't been idling. I have made a few upgrades to pretty much our base using just rails. Now we now have automatic delivery of components to make lime, from the fossil to bookshells, eggs, eggshells, stuff like that. All of it is sent by the auto sweeper over here, right? This is the industrial area ingredients. All of them get inputted over here. They are sent via the rail. They end up over here, and then in here we select one of these two thingies. One is going to send the salt over here, and the other one is going to send the the stuff to make the lime over here, which is just going to make our lives much easier. The less the dupes have to transport, the better, the faster they work, right? And well, in the future, if we have further production of things that we might require, all we have to do is add the item to the list upstairs and then add a conveyor loader over here to send the item into its respective work area. Well, my friends, we are ready to return into the stinky planet. Oh, just the oxygen thingy. That's fine. Let's begin by launching this rocket over here. Here we go. Now these two rockets are going to be upgraded. This is going to be upgraded with a large liquid cargo tank, so that we can bring a lot of salt water from the this metal planet. And this one over here, we have 3 tiles. I think I'm going to give it a oxygen gas cargo canister, so that we can replace the oxalite over here with oxygen. I think that would probably be for the best. Reducing our oxalite dependency is just something that will benefit us in the long run. Alright, my friends, so this rocket has been fully upgraded. Here we go. Let me just take a look, make sure that everything is working as intended. Yes, it is. We just need to clean out this rocket now, and yeah, everything is just absolutely perfect. We just need to fill it up with oxygen, and once we have a Rocketeer dupe, which we have none right now, we'll launch it to collect us more resources. Now, my friends, I believe that none of our rockets is going to reach their destination and come back by the end of this episode. Most of our rockets are just now arriving or starting collecting some of the items. Well, not this one, because there was nothing in here to start with, right? This one was just a quick stop over there, but this one still has a long way to go. Yeah, still half of its diamond left. Let's see, we already have a little bit of hydrogen and some water in the tank. I wish I could see the temperature of this water, but I can't. Well, we'll have to figure out once we come back. But yeah, my friends, I am pretty happy. This episode was a little bit of just waiting around, but I think that in the end it was totally worth it. And we also got some improvements going in the background, like the extremely ugly but efficient rail system over here. Every single item that needs to be delivered will be delivered automatically. Our dupes will never have to touch an item ever again, at least when it comes to this particular area over here, which is pretty nice. And we, also got this thing running, although the temperature is still getting a little bit messed with because we ran out of water over here. Yeah, we ran out of hot water, and so we are now using cold water, which messes with the temperatures a little bit. But that's fine. Eventually, they end up stabilizing. It's like a cyclical thing. They wither, and then the temperature rises a little bit. They return to grow, and then they just stop for a little bit again. It's fine. We are still getting all the resources that we need, so not going to complain. Oh, I also got these massage tables over here. I had nothing to build in these tiny little rooms, so I thought to myself, why not build them a couple of massage rooms, for them to relax. Should there be a need for that? I don't think so. With the food that we are making them, they are always extremely happy. But still, just in case this thing exists. And now could I forget about the upgrade that we made to our Red Bolt collection system over here. Now things work much smoothly and with less waste, which is just fantastic. But if I keep forgetting about the things we have done this episode, my friends, well, you have to forgive me. I've been recording for over 6 hours now, so everything kinda blends in. I find it confusing to figure out what happened last episode, and in this episode it is just all a big blur. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the results that we got. All the minor upgrades that we made to our colony just made it that more efficient, and everything should work out much better now. We are accumulating a bunch of ceramic, which means that in the future we'll be able to upgrade more of these lines over here, which is pretty nice, or even extend this one should we want to build another rocket. And yeah, we also need to get this thing operational. Pretty much everything is done except for the cooling loop. We are going to build a cooling loop using a aqua tuner over here to kinda control the temperature of these two things and to chill out this area over here. This area is a little bit toasty, so if we can chill it out a little bit, I think it's also for the best. But other than that, all we have to do is connect one of these water pipes over here, deposit a big chunk of water, and then send one of these rockets with a cargo tank to go collect us some pretty toasty materials, deposit them over here, and that should create the steam that we are looking for. But once again, this is a long-term project that we don't really have a rush. I just add work orders on this thing as our dupes go idle, so they don't lose too much time in this project because, like I said, it's not exactly super priority. But oh well, my friends, as our dupes appreciate a fine meal, we must say our goodbyes. So, with all of that said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!